All right, yesterday I told you a story about how Rabbi Zev Kitzes became a follower of the Baal Shem Tov, that the Baal Shem Tov saw his dream and that what the Arizal told him said about washing your hands. Anyone who didn't hear it, you can go on the YouTube and see it. Today is a story about Zev Kitzes' daughter, making a match for his daughter. One day the Baal Shem Tov called in Rav Zev Kitzes and said, it's time that your daughter gets married. So he said, he brought in a matchmaker, Shadchan. The matchmaker opened up a list. He said, tell me, pick out from this list which family you would like your son to marry. All these, your daughter, your daughter to marry. All these people have, eligible sons. I'm sure they'll all be happy to get married to you. They're all Chassidim. Pick one. So he looks at the list. He says, these are the richest people in the whole area. These people are, I barely have a house. My house is just this old shack. I don't have any income. I don't have. He says, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. You just pick which family you would like your daughter to marry. So he picks a name. He said, good, okay. The Shadchan, the matchmaker, goes on his way, and he comes back with the good news. The man is willing to make a match. They should meet, whatever. So they meet. He buys his daughter, some nice clothes, and they meet. They say, okay, they'll get married. Okay, but the custom is that the girl has to give like a dowry, and the dowry comes before a dowry or a gift, whatever. Anyway, it comes before they make the engagement party. And so he says to the Baal Shem Tov, but I have to have, like 2,000 rubles, or whatever it is, for 4,000 rubles for the engagement. I don't have enough money to buy a pickle. I don't have anything. The Baal Shem Tov says, listen, that's not your problem. Don't worry about it. He said, but they're going to come. We're supposed to make the engagement party in another month, and I'm supposed to send it right now. Take it easy. So he takes it easy. After a week, he gets a postman comes, and he gives the Zev Kitzes a letter, and he runs to the Baal Shem Tov. He said, the letter says, dear Rabbi Kitzes, I'm so happy that my son is marrying your wonderful, beautiful, intelligent, the God-fearing daughter. But there must be some mistake. Have you sent the 4,000 rubles? Because I have not received them. What am I supposed to do? So the Baal Shem Tov said, just wait. So he waits another week. He gets another letter. He says, I don't understand. He brings it to the Baal Shem Tov, the father of the boy. I don't understand. I haven't received the money, and I didn't receive an answer from your priest. Are you all right? Are you healthy? Is everything okay? He said, what should I do? The Baal Shem Tov says, just leave it alone. Don't worry. After the third week, he says, I'm coming next week. We're supposed to make the engagement party, and I haven't received the money. If I don't receive the money, then we won't be able to go through this. And it's a very heartbreaking thing for me because I really want my son to marry your daughter. But if we don't do, so the Baal Shem Tov said, write him back and say, I'm very sorry for the delay. I have the money. I'm sorry I wasn't able to send it. Please come. Everything will be as planned. I said, but I don't have the money. The Baal Shem Tov said, just write it and send it. Signs his name. The Baal Shem Tov maybe signs his name. I don't know. Anyway, they send it. No, 1 week later comes like 4 or 5 big, carriages pulled by these royal horses. Rich family. And they come into the Baal Shem Tov. And hello, how are you? The Zev Kitzis, trying to force himself to smile. Hello, Baal Shem Tov, the holy man. And he said, they all sit down. And he said, we're all ready for the engagement. But the Baal Shem Tov said, just before we begin, we're going to begin the engagement just another moment. And how about that 4,000 rubles? I would like to tell you a story. And then I'll give you the money. Okay, no problem. And he said, once there was a rich diamond merchant. The Baal Shem Tov is telling the story to the father of the groom, right? And he said, once there was a very rich diamond merchant. And he rose up in the business world, especially because he would take diamonds and precious gems from one place to another, take them from a place where they were cheap and sell them to a place where they were expensive. And a lot of times this implied that he had to travel through forests and things like that, and places that weren't so, hospitable. But he had a trusted driver and fast horses, and they knew the way. And so nothing really bothered him. One day he had made a big business deal, and he was coming back, and he had all this money. He had a special place, like a safe, in his carriage, where he would hide this and lock it away in the safe so that no one would be able to find it. And it was like disguised. It was like part of the wall. You couldn't see it. And he was coming back. So they were coming back through the forest, and suddenly the carriage stopped. So this rich man opened up this little door there. He opened it up, and he said to the driver, "Is everything okay?" And the driver said, yeah, there seems to be something in the road. Could you get out and maybe help me to move it? He said, sure, no problem. He got out, and the driver immediately got out, knocked him down, tied him up, tied him to a tree, took out a big hatchet, and said, if you don't tell, I want you to tell me where the money is hidden in the carriage. I know you have a lot of money. Where is it? And if you don't tell me, then I'll kill you. I'll take the carriage. I'll take the thing apart, and I'll get the money out anyway. So I said, please don't do that. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. And not only that, how are you going to get the money? I mean, it's in a safe. You're going to, I'll figure it out. That's not my problem. You're going to tell me where the money is and how you're going to open up the safe? And I'm going to kill you, or I'll kill you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No. I'll do it. So he tells him where it is. He tells him that this is okay. Now let me go. Please, maybe just give me a little bit, something that's nothing. I'm not going to give you anything. Leaves him there tied up. After 5 minutes, he comes back and says, I decided I regret what I did. Oh, that's wonderful. He said, I'm not going to leave you alive. If I leave you alive, maybe somebody's going to come. Maybe you'll get out. Who knows what's going to happen? And you'll tell on me. I decided I'm going to kill you. No, please don't. I'll do anything you want to. No, it's too late. So he starts to pray. He says, I'll give you, you know what? You're a Jew. You're a religious Jew. You're always nice to me. I'll give you half a minute to pray. You can scream as long as no one's going to hear you. So he screams out, Rabboni Shalom, please, if you just save me, I'll give you whatever I want, whatever you want. I'll give you half of my wages, my money, anything you want. Please, save me, please. He's counting, okay, here we go, 28, 29. All of a sudden, a shot rings out. And it happens to be that the Paritz, whatever is the bishop, whatever, not the bishop, the baron, that these are his lands. He sees what's going on. He hears the yelling, and he shoots up in the air. And the guy lifts his hands up, and he takes him away to prison, and he gives him the money back. And he comes back home. It's a big miracle, amazing miracle that happened. And the rich man totally forgot about his vow. Totally forgot about his vow. And that's the end of the story. Now you want your 4,000? And the man is sitting there and said, oh, that was me. I said, I don't believe it. I forgot that whole entire story. I forgot that whole thing. Somehow or other, I just must have, it was so traumatic. I must have taken out of my memory. But you're right, that happened to me. He said, well, you promised that money. You said you were going to give it. I said, yes, you're right. That's right. I saved it. He said, okay, that's the 4,000 rubles. Give the 4,000 rubles to this Reb Zev Kitzis. And he says, oh, he gave it to him. He said, also pay for the rest of the wedding. No problem. Give the whole thing. And that is how Reb Zev Kitz's daughter got married. Have a good day with Mashiach now. See you all tomorrow. By the way, I'm putting up last year's classes that I gave on the Holy Temple. I'm putting them up so you can look and see.
I saw that.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that also watched it. So there is, I don't know how many classes there are, but I found like 5 or 6 of them talking about the tabernacle, especially the tabernacle, which was the prototype of the Holy Temple, and the various vessels that are there, the menorah, and the bread table, the inner altar, the outer altar. Okay. See you all tomorrow. Thank you for coming. God bless you all.
Have a good Chodesh, Rabbi.
I want to ask you.
Oh, good. Yes.
Somebody